In this video, I'm going to show you how to do animation in Geometer Sketchpad. If you follow along with me, you'll be able to do this animation by the end of this video. And I believe that this will give you ideas on how to create more interesting animations in Sketchpad by yourself. Now let me show you how this was done. Begin by opening a new sketch. Next, using the segment tool, create a triangle. Label this triangle. Then using the select tool, select each side of the triangle. Side AC is already selected. Then you go to construct midpoints. Now label these midpoints using the text tool. You can change these labels if you want by double-clicking on the point, but I'm going to leave these labels as they are. Next, using the circle tool, we're going to create a circle centered at D with radius DA and also a circle centered at E with radius EC. Now we're going to use the point tool to create a couple of points on these circles. And next, using the text tool, label these points. Using the select tool, we're going to select A, G, B counterclockwise and go to construct arc through 3 points. Now double click outside the construction to unselect everything, then select the large circle and select point G. We can hide these points, going to display and hide objects. We're going to repeat this procedure on the other side. Select B, H, C counterclockwise, go to construct arc through 3 points. Unselect everything, then select the large circle and point H, go to display, then hide objects. Now using the point tool, we're going to create 2 new points. These are going to be on the arcs. We're going to label these points using the text tool. And now using the select tool, double click outside the construction, then select point I. Move it around. You notice it moves on the arc. This is exactly what we want. Now using the segment tool, construct the segment ID. Now choosing the select tool, double click outside to unselect everything. Then choose the segment tool to create a small segment outside our construction. This will serve as radii for a bunch of circles. Now choose point A, and with the segment selected, construct a circle with center and radius. Repeat this at point I. So you have another circle centered at I with that segment as the radius. Now we're going to highlight the intersections of these circles with AC, AB, and ID. Label these intersections using the text tool. Next, after unselecting everything, create the segment LK using the segment tool. Since this is already highlighted, go to select and then point M. Create a circle centered at M with LK as the radius. Now I'm going to adjust the previous segment we created to control the radius a bit. And now select the intersection of circle I and circle M and label it. Using the select tool, unselect everything. Then we're going to hide the extraneous stuff. We only want to keep that point N. Hide objects. And next, click and hold the segment tool, then choose the ray tool to create the ray IN. And now choose the select tool. Unselect everything, choose point I. Try moving it around. You notice that we've copied the angle A at I, and it moves as we want it to. We're going to do the same at J now. Select the segment tool now and create the segment EJ. Using the select tool, unselect everything, then select the small segment we created, select point C, construct a circle by center and radius. Do the same at J. Construct a circle with that segment as a radius, and now highlight the intersection with CB, CA, and EJ. Now, using the text tool, label each of these intersections. Using the segment tool, create the segment OP and use this as a radius for the circle centered at Q. So construct a circle by center and radius. Now highlight the intersection of circle Q and circle J. Label it. Now again, just like before, we're going to hide all the extraneous stuff. We're only keeping point R. Display, hide objects. Now again, choose the ray tool by holding on to the segment tool and construct ray JR. Using the select tool, unselect everything and move this around, and you notice again you've copied the angle C at J. Notice that the rays extend indefinitely, and for visual purposes we only want it to go to F. So using the segment tool, construct the segment FC, and using that segment as a radius, construct a circle centered at J by going to construct and circle by center and radius, and then unselect everything and select FC and point I and construct a circle by center and radius there. Highlight the intersection with the rays. Now label them and unselect everything, then selecting the segment tool, construct the segment IS and JT. Now we are ready to hide things. Select the rays, the large circles. We can even hide the arcs now. And we're going to hide point R and point N. And also the segment FC. Go to display, then hide objects. Also now, AC, we would like it to be solid as the other sides of the triangle as well. So go to line and solid. We can hide the small segment as well. Now you notice that we have what we want. Now all that's left is animation. And now let's do it. I'm going to move this to the side and create room for some animation buttons. We would like for I to move to B. Selecting those, go to Edit, Action Buttons and Movement. You don't need to do anything here. Just select OK. We would like J to move to B. So select them in that order and go to Edit, Action Buttons and Movement. Again, there's nothing to change, just press OK. Now, we would like these movements to happen together after we click a button. So select both of these buttons, go to Edit, Action Buttons and Presentation. Change the label for this presentation to Show Presentation or anything else that you might like. Then press OK. Now before anything else, let's create the reset as well. That'll be when I moves back to A and J moves back to C. So select I, then A. Go to Edit, Action Buttons and Movement. Reset movement, we want that to be instantaneous. Okay, do that and press OK. Select J, then C. Oops, make sure you've unselected everything. Select J, then C. Then go to Edit, Action Buttons and Movement. Make the movement instantaneous as well. And then select OK. Now selecting the two buttons we just created, go to Edit, Action Buttons and Presentation. This movement is for reset, so enter reset, and then press OK. Now let's test it out. Show presentation seems to work as it should, and so does reset. Now click show presentation and quickly stop it. We want to label the angles now. Using the marker tool, click and then drag. Click at the angle, then drag inwards. Okay. Now using the select tool, we would like to select pairs of angles and color them the same. So go to display. After selecting, then I'll color these red. And angle J and C, I'll color them, let's see, green. Okay. And angle B, I'm going to leave it as it is. Another test shows that this is running as we want it to run. Now, at this point, the labels are just kind of getting in the way. So I'm going to hide most of the stuff. So leaving show presentation and reset and dragging it close to our construction. We also want to hide all the labels in the construction. So what you want to do is select each point. Go ahead and do that. Then go to display and hide labels. Okay, we're done with our animation. Test it out. There you go. You can move it around. And you notice that the angle right there is a straight angle. And you could even test it if you want by selecting those 3 points and going to measure an angle. So at the end, when those two arms join, they form a straight line and we have a straight angle. And this shows that the sum of the angles of a triangle is equal to 180. And that's it. You're done.